We often think of cats as independent creatures who don't really need anyone. But the truth is, cats can get lonely, and many owners miss the subtle signs. Today, we're going to uncover 11 hidden signals that your cat might be craving more companionship than you realize. Number 1. Excessive meowing or vocalizing. Cats are natural communicators, but every cat has a baseline when it comes to vocalization. Some breeds are talkative by nature, while others are much quieter. So when a normally calm cat suddenly begins meowing more often, or their voice changes in tone, it's usually worth paying attention. A lonely cat may follow you from room to room, vocalizing with every step, as if narrating their distress. The meows might not be random. They may shift in intensity depending on whether you're leaving, entering, or ignoring them. Long, drawn-out cries often suggest sadness, while short, sharp trills may signal a desperate attempt to get your attention. Think of it as your cat trying to fill the silence. Without social interaction, their voice becomes their only tool to bridge the emotional gap. This isn't just noise, it's an emotional outpouring, a heartfelt, "Please don't forget me." Number 2. Over-grooming or licking. Grooming is one of the most soothing behaviors in a cat's life. It's tied to both cleanliness and comfort, releasing endorphins that calm them down. But loneliness can warp this healthy behavior into something excessive and unhealthy. A lonely cat may fixate on a single patch of fur, licking it raw until bald spots or redness appear. In some cases, they may chew at the fur or skin, causing irritation that leads to secondary infections. This is often compared to how anxious humans bite their nails or pick at their skin. It's a coping mechanism when emotional needs aren't being met. What makes it difficult is that grooming looks normal at first. Owners may only notice the problem once patches of missing fur appear. By then, the behavior has usually become a deeply ingrained habit, rooted in stress and emotional isolation. It's their way of self-soothing when the companionship they crave is absent. Number 3. Sleeping more than usual. Cats are famous for their love of sleep, but there's a difference between a content nap and an escapist slumber. A lonely cat may push their daily sleep beyond the usual 12 to 16 hours, slipping into an almost constant cycle of rest because there's nothing else to do. This isn't restorative sleep, it's avoidance. Just as humans may oversleep when depressed or disengaged from life, cats may retreat into endless naps when their environment feels empty. A lonely cat might curl up in the same spot for hours, barely stirring, ignoring toys or movement around them. This kind of lethargy should never be mistaken for peace. It's a red flag that their mind is shutting down to cope with the absence of companionship. The world becomes dull, and the bed becomes a refuge from the silence. Number 4. Destructive behavior. When cats feel emotionally neglected, they often turn their energy toward destruction. This is not malicious. It's a desperate form of stimulation. If your curtains have been shredded, toilet paper rolls unraveled, or plants mysteriously knocked over, it may be less about mischief and more about loneliness. Cats are predators by design. They need outlets for their energy, and in the absence of interaction, they invent their own games. Unfortunately, these games usually involve your furniture. Knocking items off counters may be their way of demanding, "Look at me, I exist." Tearing into fabric might be their substitute for playtime with you. The frustration for owners is real, but so is the cat's emotional cry. Instead of punishment, the solution lies in recognizing that destructive behavior is often a symptom of unmet needs. It's your cat trying to say, "I'm bored, I'm lonely, and I don't know what else to do." Number 5. Clinginess when you're home. Cats are often stereotyped as aloof, but loneliness can turn even the most independent cat into a shadow. A lonely cat may follow you relentlessly when you return home, pressing against your legs, jumping into your lap, or even crying at the bathroom door if you shut it. This behavior is different from ordinary affection. It's not just, "I love being near you." It's, "I can't bear the thought of being without you." The intensity of the clinginess is what stands out. Some cats will physically push themselves onto your keyboard, your phone, or anything else that distracts you, demanding that they come first. This desperation is a kind of overcompensation. After hours of isolation, your presence feels like a lifeline. They cling tightly, trying to make up for the time they spent alone, terrified that you'll vanish again. Number 6. Eating too much or too little. Appetite is one of the most revealing indicators of emotional health. Just like humans, cats may respond to loneliness with noticeable changes in their eating habits. Some will comfort eat, making multiple trips to the bowl throughout the day, using food as a distraction from boredom or isolation. Others swing to the opposite extreme, losing interest in eating altogether. Their meals remain untouched, their once eager appetite dulled by sadness. This loss of interest can escalate into dangerous weight loss if left unaddressed. Both overeating and undereating point to emotional imbalance. These shifts rarely happen in isolation. They often accompany other signs, such as lethargy or clinginess. Paying close attention to food patterns can reveal when loneliness is beginning to take a physical toll. Number 7. Excessive scratching at doors or windows. When your cat paws obsessively at doors, windows, or even walls, it's often more than curiosity. It's a search for something they're missing. They may be restless, pacing and scratching as if they're trying to escape the emptiness indoors. Lonely cats often gaze longingly outside, their meows growing louder at the sight of birds, people, or other animals. The scratching becomes a physical manifestation of their longing. Is there someone out there who can keep me company? This behavior can grow intense, with cats spending hours clawing at exits or circling areas where they expect movement. While curiosity is normal for felines, obsessive attempts to find something beyond suggest that their environment isn't meeting their emotional needs. Number 8. Unusual aggression or irritability. Loneliness doesn't always look like sadness. Sometimes it looks like anger. Cats that feel emotionally deprived may lash out, becoming irritable or short-tempered. A once gentle cat may swat at your hand, hiss at other pets, or growl when disturbed. This aggression is often misinterpreted as a sudden change in personality. In truth, it's a manifestation of stress. Just as humans may become snappy or impatient when lonely, cats express their frustration through physical displays. The aggression is rarely rooted in malice. It's a symptom of imbalance. Your cat is essentially saying, "I'm overwhelmed. I don't know how to handle this." Recognizing this helps prevent blame and shifts the focus toward restoring their emotional stability. Number 9. Litter box problems. Few behaviors distress owners more than inappropriate elimination. When a cat begins urinating or defecating outside the litter box, loneliness can be one of the underlying causes. This isn't spite, it's communication. Cats rely heavily on scent for comfort. By marking areas outside the box, they spread their scent to create a sense of familiarity in an environment that feels emotionally empty. It's a way of anchoring themselves when their bonds with companions feel fragile. This can be frustrating and even damaging to household harmony, but it should be viewed as a cry for help rather than defiance. It's your cat's way of saying, "I feel insecure, I feel lonely, I need reassurance." Number 10. Over-attachment to objects. In the absence of companionship, some cats turn to objects as emotional substitutes. You may see them kneading blankets obsessively, suckling on fabric, or clinging to stuffed toys with unusual intensity. These behaviors often mimic kittenhood when comfort came from their mother and siblings. A lonely cat reverts to these actions as a way of self-soothing. Carrying objects around, nursing on cloth, or curling up with inanimate items becomes their stand-in for the companionship they're missing. It's a tender but heartbreaking sign. While it can look cute on the surface, it usually reflects a deeper void that needs addressing. Your cat is seeking comfort in objects because they feel they can't get enough from their environment. Number 11. A change in playfulness. Play is one of the healthiest indicators of a cat's emotional state. When loneliness sets in, play habits shift dramatically in either direction. Some cats become hyperactive when finally given attention, bouncing off walls and aggressively attacking toys as if trying to cram a day's worth of stimulation into a single moment. Others shut down completely, ignoring toys, refusing to chase, and losing all interest in interaction. Both extremes reveal emotional imbalance. The hyperactive response is frantic compensation, while the withdrawn response signals apathy and sadness. Either way, it's a powerful indicator that loneliness is interfering with one of the core joys of a cat's daily life. Loneliness in cats isn't permanent. With more playtime, interactive toys, enrichment activities, window perches, scratching posts, or even a second pet, you can transform their world. Most importantly, spending consistent, quality time with them builds trust and security. Cats may not always wear their emotions on their sleeve, but they feel deeply. Recognizing these signs early means you can take steps to ensure your cat feels loved, secure, and connected. They may be independent creatures, but they are never meant to live without companionship.